बोलता I am reading from the book Talks with Swami Vivekananda. Here, the disciple, Sharachandra Chakrabarti, is asking, please bless me that I may attain self-realization in this very life. Swamiji, what fear? If there is sincerity of spirit, I tell you for a certainty you will attain it in this very life. But manly endeavor is wanted. Do you know what it is? I shall certainly attain self-knowledge. Whatever obstacles may come, I shall certainly overcome all of the obstacles. A firm determination like this is Purushakara. Whether my mother, father, friends, brothers, wife and children live or die, whether this body remains or goes, I shall never turn back till I attain to the vision of the Atman. This resolute endeavor to advance towards one's goal, setting at naught all other considerations, is termed manly endeavor. Otherwise, endeavor for creature comforts, even beasts and birds possess that. Man has got this body simply to realize self-knowledge. If you follow the common run of people in the world and float with the general current, where then is your manliness? Well, the common man are going to the jaws of death, but you have come to conquer it. Advance like a hero. Don't be thwarted by anything else. How many days will this body last with its happiness and misery? When you have got the human body, then rouse the Atman within and say, I have reached the state of fearlessness. Say, I am that Atman in which my lower ego has become merged forever. Be perfect in this idea, and then, as long as the body endures, speak unto others this message of fearlessness. Thou art that. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. If you can achieve this, then shall I know that you are really a tenacious East Bengal man. Yes.
Now a short period of meditation. So our Sunday service we should have in the morning at 11 o'clock. We waited until 7 p.m. and now we see who is our speaker. We have among us Swami Yogatmananda Ji Maharaj, very acclaimed speaker, wonderful organizer. He's such a wonderful monk of our order, very friendly and at the same time erudite, learned and thinker. You will enjoy his talk. I will always enjoy, look forward for his talk. So Swami Yogatmananda Ji is a minister of and president of the Vedanta Society of Providence, Rhode Island, USA. He joined the Ramakrishna Order in 1976 and received his monastic vows in 1986. After being at Ramakrishna Mutt Center at Nagpur, India for 20 years, he was posted as the head of Ramakrishna Mission, Shillong, Meghalaya, India. Swami Yogatmananda came to United States in the summer of 2001 as the minister of the Vedanta Society of Providence. His present responsibilities include conducting Sunday service, weekly study classes, and organizing spiritual retreats. He is invited to preach Vedanta at different places in the United States and in Canada. Swami Yogatmananda is the Hindu religious affiliate at the Brown University, Providence, Rhode Island, and the Hindu chaplain at the University of Massachusetts, Dartmouth. Swamiji and I share a very friendly relationship. We joined in the same year, we had sannyasa in the same year, we had initiation from the same guru, we had sannyasa from the same guru. And we were together in training center for 2 years in Belur Math. So we shared a lot of very pleasant memories. And when I came here first, I had to wait to get a visa to go out to get my PR, permanent resident. And the first one to call me outside Canada was Swami Yogatmananda ji. In 2008, he invited me, even before I got the PR card, he invited me, before I got the US visa, he said, come, I'll make a retreat for you. And that is his kindness, his feeling for me, and great love for me, which I have always got since we were together in the training center. Now, I won't take much time, and we are eager to study, listen to from him a wonderful topic, freeing the imprisoned splendor. What is this? Let us listen from him. Swami Yogatmananda Maharaj.
May Brahman, the absolute all-pervading existence, be realized by us. May the bliss absolute be realized by us. May the Brahman, who is also the bliss absolute, be realized by us. May we realize Brahman by purification of our understanding. May we realize the bliss absolute by purification of our understanding. May we realize the Brahman, who is also the bliss absolute, by purification of our understanding. Revered Kripamayanandaji Maharaj, who gave certain factual things he did tell, but also said many other things that you please don't take them seriously. We are very close friends, no doubt. And he forgot to tell one thing, he and I were together in a Shivaratri dance. So he was Shiva and I was Nandi, and another friend of ours, colleague from the same district, he is now in Mumbai, so he was the Bringi. So we three were dancing on the Shivratri day and were practicing together for about a month or so. So it is, so that also dancing together, and we shared that also amongst us. So, and I came today just because of my desire to meet you all. I see so many familiar faces, and to my special joy, some unfamiliar faces, which shows that more and more people are getting attracted and learning from the ambience and the speeches given by revered Yogatmananda. So it is out of that, because of that desire, I decided to make a trip to Toronto. So it is my pleasure, friends, always to meet devotees and those who are sincere seekers of truth. And actually today's topic was inspired by a passage in a wonderful book by Ranganathananji Maharaj. Many of you, I am sure, have read that book, studied that book, and that is the 3 volumes of his commentary on Bhagavad Gita, universal message of Bhagavad Gita. And this quote that he gives is from Robert Browning's poem, Paracelsus. So, it is a well-known poem by Robert Browning, who was a very mystic poet, and later on he was considered by many as a saintly person and a person with mystic experience. He lived in the middle of the 1800s, mostly in England and a good part in Italy. So, he mentions here an idea which is not very commonly expressed in what is known as Abrahamic religions. It is there, but not usually preached, and that is the indwelling nature of the Lord. Indwelling nature of God. God is our very self. He is the indweller. He is not outside, but what we see as outside is just the glory of that very Lord who is within. And the life as human being is for experiencing that indwelling reality. It is within us, and yet because of ignorance, because of error, we keep on looking for it outside. As Sri Ramakrishna in that parable very beautifully narrates, that a man who was addicted to smoking tobacco. Imagine yourself living in a far-off village in 1800s. Now, this man at night, that desire to have a smoke became very strong. And bless you, it is. I was telling somebody this yesterday, I think, that the sure way of getting blessings is sneeze. Sneeze. If you see that you are not getting sufficient blessings, then put something in the nose. So, anyway, so imagine yourself in a very remote village, and those days is not, matchsticks and all were not very common. So this man wanted to have a smoke, but found that there is tobacco, there is that hookah, hubble bubble, something like that was there to smoke with, but there was no fire to light that tobacco. And first he thought that, let it be today, this night I may not have. But when that itching becomes strong, that's something that you really want. When you are addicted, then that won't let you, be quiet. So ultimately decided that let him go to the neighbor's house and ask him for some fire for burning, for lighting this tobacco. And so he went to the next lane to a known neighbor's house and banged on the door. The neighbor was blissfully asleep. And cat, cat, cat. Tap, tap, tap. Finally the neighbor opened the door, rubbing the eyes and, hey, what brought you here? Why did you come at this hour of night? I wanted to have a good smoke, tobacco now, so I saw that I have tobacco but not the fire. So I took out the lantern and came walking to you. And the neighbor laughed and said, well, you took the trouble of walking to my house, woke me up, gave me trouble, while all the time you were that the lantern is in your hand. It's with you. So that is the irony that we all, struggle with. The light that is within us. And somehow we feel the source outside somewhere. And therefore, spend the whole life looking for that light outside somewhere, and thus get bound, get attached, because I feel that the light is coming from this place, and I go and get stuck with it. That is the attachment. And we get bound by so many things. We think that we go and shall grab that is the source of light, that is the source of joy, that is the source of everything that I am seeking. My life will be so happy, so blissful if I get that. And what happens is that thing grabs you, that person grabs you. All that you do for your happiness becomes the cause of our suffering, friends. Isn't it really strange? Isn't it self-contradictory that what we do to make ourselves happy? Logically it sounds that, well, if I am doing something to make myself happy, I should become happy by doing it. But things happen exactly opposite of that. Instead of becoming happy, I get bound. That thing catches me by my neck and I become miserable. So, and we struggle for freedom. That is one of the most important cravings in us. I want liberation. I want freedom. Everybody wants to be free. Nobody wants to get bound. So, but we get bound. We get bound by the people around us. And since we feel we cannot become free from it, we give it a nice name. We say that we have a bond of love. It is just giving a nice name, that's all. We feel the bondage. We would like to get free from those clutches. And so, this freedom, where do we find that freedom? All this, the sages, they thought about it. They meditated on this. that where is this freedom? And they discovered that all the while that we were looking at outside, it is right with us, like that very nice song that was sung in the beginning, that Kabir's well-known song, that Ghat Ghat mein panchi bolta hai, that it is in every form who is talking, who is expressing, that same self is expressing in all different forms. It is indeed, important to see this. And this is the message that you see discussed in all Vedantic texts very prominently. The truth is called Brahman, but that Brahman is within us. That Brahman is actually Atman. And this is always stressed. That is why the truth that is felt within, and outside there is the expression of that. And this, as I mentioned, is a very special, unique feature of Vedanta, and thereby what gets popularly called as Hinduism, and the indwelling nature of God. God is within each of us. So it is opposite to what is called Sankhya philosophy. In Sankhya philosophy, Sankhya and another form of it is the old yoga school. The yoga school, that the yoga that is taught in Bhagavad Gita or Upanishads, that's a different thing. But the Sankhya-based yoga system, both of them, they think that we get knowledge from contact with external things through the senses. Sankhya has a very detailed theory of this, that how something from outside, it affects our sense organs, and then the signal is carried to the brain, and then the mind responds to it, and we get knowledge. And it certainly matches with our experience at some level. But Vedanta absolutely debunks this idea. That's not true. It is not that we are getting something from outside. What we see as outside is really the self manifesting through all our sense organs. Nothing is coming from outside. All of you might have had some experience, I am sure, especially as children, you might have visited mirror houses. Did you? Most of you might have, I am sure, gone to mirror house, where you enter and then there are mirrors of various types, and those mirrors show various funny images of nobody else, you yourself. You enter there and you think, oh, who is this here with this pompous looking person and this very crooked fellow, and yeah, it is, who is this? Those multiple images, who is that? It is you alone. Nothing is there actually outside. This is a great message. Friends, difficult to believe because of our attachment with the external world. We think we get knowledge from outside. But we get only strengthening of our illusions from outside, that's all. Our illusions get more and more powerful as we look to learn only from outside, thinking that those things are real. It is like getting scared of those mirror images. That fellow there looks horrible. Let me run away quickly from here, otherwise that fellow is going to grab and kill me. Well, that is you, that's all. It is so important to see that the self is all that is. Atmai Vedam Sarvam. In all Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita, you hear this message again and again, that it is the self that appears outside, nothing else. There is a beautiful discussion in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad at two, I'll be quoting at two places today, but you will see it, described almost in every chapter of Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, this glory of the self. The two examples that I am giving today is, one is a discussion at the court of Janaka. The story is very well known, somewhat funny story, that Janaka declared that the one who knows everything will be given all the cows that I have got. And he had probably thousands of cows. That was the standard currency, as it were, those days. Like we count money in dollars, those days they used to count it probably in terms of cows. How many cows I have got, that much my richness is. So Janaka said that I will give you all the cows, anyone who is all-knower, who knows everything. And then, now who will dare to say I know everything? And everybody was keeping quiet. And then the sage Yajnavalkya was there. He told his disciples, called them and told, hey, come on, take all the cows. And then all others, they got kind of agitated. What is this? Why he is taking all? Is he all-knower? Is he all-knower? They challenged Yajnavalkya. Are you all-knower? Yajnavalkya said, I don't know about it, but I thought I need the cows, so I am taking them. But if you want to ask, okay, ask, test whether I am all-knower or not. You are all welcome to test, ask. That is, there are many very, superfine messages hidden under this simple dialogue. I am not going to talk about it because we don't have so much time today. But then Yajnavalkya said, okay, ask questions. One after other of those asked many difficult questions, deeply philosophical questions. One of them was Audaliki Aruni. And he asked a question that he had been asked and he could not give the proper reply. Somewhere in Madhya Pradesh, he described, and I am not going to describe that whole thing, not necessary either. So, his question was that what is that connects everything? What is that which unifies everything? What is that through which all this appears to be alive, gets controlled? I want to know. He uses there the word Sutratma. Sutratma. What is that? Because of which everything is controlled. I want to know that principle. And Yajnavalkya's that reply is known as Antaryami Brahmana. Antaryami. So he begins that Yat Prithivya Mantaro, that the one who is within this Prithvi, that one which is indwelling in the Prithvi, the one who internally controls Prithvi, but whom the Prithvi, this earth, does not know. Yat Prithivim Antaro Yamayati. Being within that, it is controlling the Prithvi. And what is that? Yeshataha Atma Antaryame Amritaha. That is your Atman. That is your Atman, who is Antaryame, who indwells everything. This is a great idea, and our spiritual life actually depends on feeling this, experiencing this. The common experience and the ignorance that makes us, feel that the I here is different from I there. We feel that every being has a different idea because they have different bodies. We see the difference in the bodies. But in and through the difference in the bodies, the substance, the soul, it is the same, different shapes. I like to give the example which I very commonly give, and some people accuse me, hey, you repeat it again and again, but that's a very nice example and very, of common experience. You all must have seen and eaten animal crackers. Oh, those kids there, hey Aditya, Adi, have you ever eaten animal cracker? Never? Yes. And the friend, your friend there, what's his name?
Aditya.
He is also, so two Adityas today, very good. So, have you also eaten animal crackers? Very good, So, animal crackers, they are different in their shapes. And according to their shapes, they get name. And because of a particular shape, you say, that is crocodile. Because you see some other shape, you say that that's elephant. Then you say, well, because of the shape again, that this is mouse, this is cow. And the babies, they are intent upon just eating something of this, that, oh, I want to eat crocodile. Or I want to eat lion. Maybe the Adityas too sitting here, when babies, they must have cried about it. That I don't want to eat lion, I want to eat crocodile. Or I want to eat elephant. Now what is it? Now they have grown up. So now they know that all taste same. There is no difference as such. It is the same substance. Isn't it the matter of common experience of all of you? It is. Now just learn, let us learn from that experience. Each of us, everything that we see here, we are different only in shape, gross and subtle. And because of these shapes, we get the names. Like this shape gets called Yogatmananda Maharaj, and this shape gets called that Yogatmananda. So it is different shapes, according to shape, different names. It is like that Difference is only in that this substance, this soul, the inner reality of all of it is identical. Can you believe this? Can you accept this? Friends, that is what is making us spiritual. Spiritual means not something ethereal as such. It is matter of experience that in and through all these apparent differences of names, forms, the truth, the inner reality, the substance is same, identical. Hold on to this truth, friends. And then we see that it is self alone that is appearing outside. In that first example, Yajnavalkya keeps on telling about Prithvi, about the air, about all five elements, the inner, all other attributes. It goes on to show that everything is just the manifestation of self, being controlled by self. And that is, know that as you. That is right here. You don't have to look for it elsewhere, here, there. Don't have to travel somewhere to get it. Just right with you. This is a great message, friends. And then what happens? We get freed. The inner splendor, the light that we feel within. That is a great message, friends, that one of the commonly seen symbol for God or Brahman or self is light. And across all religions you will find this. Light. And we have attraction for light. Light is synonymous with knowledge also. We say that, well, throw some light on this subject when we want to know about it. So, light is a symbol for that. Or when we are not told about something, then we say, I was kept in dark. So, light is a wonderful symbol that is used. And we have an attraction for light. Wherever light is light, our steps move towards that. We don't like darkness, we love light. So, light is a great symbol. And we feel that this light is brought out by sun. The second quote from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad or incident from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is the discussion between, again this sage Yajnavalkya and the king Janaka. Janaka is asking different questions to Yajnavalkya. And one of these questions was that in what light do we see? In what light we see and move in this world? And the obvious answer Yajnavalkya gave was, well, in the light of the sun. In the light as the sun rises up, everything becomes visible, so it is the light of the sun. Now Janaka says, well, when sun sets, then in what light do we see? Yajnavalkya says, well, in the light of moon. Then the conversation proceeds further. There is no sun, there is no moon. It is a new moon night, think of it. No moon. It is. Then in what light do we see? Yajnavalkya says, well, in the light of the stars we see. Yajnavalkya, after saying, Janaka says, suppose all the sky, that stars are blocked by the clouds. Now if there are no stars, in what light do you see? Yajnavalkya says, well, we light a lamp in the light of the fire, in the light of electricity, that we see. Janaka was not going to give up. He said, well, suppose that light also is not there, then what light do you see? And Yajnavalkya was also not going to be put off so soon. So he said, well, you see it like the blind man sees by other organs. By using other organs you see. Have you seen the blind, those who do not have this vision? They use all other organs with great efficiency and then move about, see with those organs. So, Yajnavalkya says, with that, okay, if that is also not happening, all organs are kind of defunct, how then that person sees? Yajnavalkya says, well, like one sees in the dream, through mind. In the dream, everything is visible, even if your eyes are closed. And you still see. Even if your ears are plugged, you still hear in dream. Even if suppose you need glasses to see, and while sleeping you have taken out your glasses, does it obstruct the seeing of the dream? No. It is, so Yajnavalkya says, through the light of the mind then you say. Then, suppose this mind is not functional, if this mind is also kind of, that light is not available, then what? Yajnavalkya says, in the light of this self, you see. And before Janaka would come and say, if that light also is not available, Yajnavalkya says, that is self-luminous. That is ever lighted. Light is its nature. It can never go dark. That light shines, and thus everything shines. And that is why in the Arati song that Swami has written, we sing Jyotira Jyoti Ujjala Riti Kandar. He is being requested that you are the light of all lights, Ujjala. Please light our hearts. It is a request, Ujjala. Ujjala, please Ujjala, that make my heart full of that light of yours. So this is this great idea that Yajnavalkya expresses there, that it is this light, that is the light that never goes away, and that light is appearing as outside this, that what we call eye here, inside and outside. This boundary itself is a product of ignorance, friends. Actually, there is no such boundary that separates inside and outside. It is, what do you call inside? If I take this body as the frame of reference, then that which is inside the skin, that I will call inside, and other things here there I will call that as outside. Is it really a justified division? A little examination will tell you, no, it's not so. It is a wrong idea, for you can see in dream this whole scenario, the whole universe, including your own person, you see as if it is outside. Bahiriva, as if outside. But is it outside? You wake up and then you see it was all within. And now also means in the waking state also factually, there is no such distinction as inside and outside. So, when we feel this idea that all is self, Shankaracharya illustrates this with a very telling, beautiful simile in his hymn Dakshinamurti Stotram, that it shows that it is all inside, but appears as if outside. Vishwam darpana drishyamana nagari tulyam nijantargatam pashyannatmani mayaya bahirivut bhutam yatha nidraya. That it is this whole universe, including your own, what you call I, this body, what is it? Darpana drishyamana nagari tulyam. That when you see, stand in front of the mirror and see everything in the mirror. Now, it is right, you, but that is seen as if outside. Your nose is right, maybe here, but it is seen as outside there. It is similarly this whole universe, Nijantargatam, Pashyan Atmani, in the self. It is all seen in the self as if it is happening outside. It is in the self alone that it is being seen, not outside. So, Pashyan Atmani, you are seeing it within. Bahiriva, Bhutam Yatha Nidraya. The example is this, what we discussed in sleep. You see, when you are dreaming so many things, where is it happening? It is happening right inside, but appears to be happening outside. So, it is when do we know it? Yat sakshat gurute prabodha samaye. When you wake up, then you know that all those things that you were seeing, they were not outside, that were all inside you. So this is how this truth is. There is another beautiful verse which clarifies this idea much more, in a concrete way. He gives another analogy. Imagine a pot. Imagine a pot that Nana Chidra Ghatodara Sthita Maha Deepa Prabhavaswaram Jnanam Yasya Tu Chakshuradikarana Dvara Vadispandate Janamiti Tameva Bhantam Anubhati Etat Samastam Jagat Tasmai Shri Gurumurtaye Namaidam Shri Dakshinamurtaye. That, look at this, a pot has so many holes. Just try to visualize this, a pot, and it has many holes. There is a light put inside the pot. Now, through all those holes, the light of the lamp inside is coming out. Are those holes generating any light of their own? No, it is the light of the lamp within. That's it. And then it is spreading all around. We see it outside and think that that light is coming from there. No, it is the lamp within. And that is what is this. All our sense organs are like the holes. Imagine now ourselves as a pot. It is easy to imagine, that our body and mind, imagine that as a pot. And then the holes are the sensory organs. From those holes, the light of the self is going out, and we see this world. It is all nothing but self, the light within. And we become free when we realize this truth. And this is the substance of that beautiful poem by Robert Browning. I will read just a small part of it, but that clarifies that idea. So, truth is within ourselves. It takes no rise from outward things. Whether you may believe there is an inmost center, whatever you may believe, there is an inmost center in us all where truth abides in fullness, and around, wall upon wall, the gross flesh hems it in. This is the imprisonment. And the quicker we realize this, the more we will make the attempt in the right direction to become free. What is this imprisonment? Nobody has imprisoned us, but our attachment or identification with this cage of this flesh, gross and subtle, means the physical and mental, that this is how we have been imprisoned in that I am so and so. Actually, I am everywhere. There is nothing but this self. But because of the identification with body, I think I am this. And this experience terrible bondage. We are put in this dark cell of body. I, that is all pervading, has been, constrained, pressurized to be in this cell, a very dark, very truncated cell body. And thus we suffer here. Our joys are just the intervals between sufferings, that's all that we call joy. But this suffering is because of this imprisonment. Nobody else binds us. My ignorance and the related identification that I am this body, that, friends, and I am using this word very deliberately, that alone is the cause of bondage. And therefore, the way to freedom is also very clear, that learn to detach yourself. This is the practical aspect of it. Learn to disidentify with all that one thinks as I, or the another offshoot of I, that is mine. It is a funny connection, I and mine. Sri Ramakrishna therefore used to say, I and mine is ignorance. And O Lord, thou and thou alone is knowledge. So, this is ignorance that makes us experience I am so and so. And it is very irrational actually. You cannot really show that I am this body. It is not true at all. You are not body. In such, within such boring lecture like this one going on, it can be easily demonstrated that you are not the body. Your body is sitting right here. Are you here? Just ask this question all the time. Have you been here? You were maybe at your home talking with your other relations or friends. You might be, on some soccer field or some sports field. You were probably in a music concert or at any place, buying groceries somewhere in the grocery store. All these things. So, what does it show? You are not the body. The body is here. Are you here? You are not. Sometimes you are here, but imagine, how quick the learning would have been if you are here all the time. We wouldn't need these 12 years for passing the high school thing, In 1 year max, that would have been done. If we are always carrying the body with us. And there also, actually, we use the body as an instrument. We are not body. It is like you might have driven here in car. Are you car? No. You are like, that is, you may say that my car is BMW, my car is Toyota or whatever. It is, do you call it as your name? I am BMW. No. I am not BMW, my car is BMW. Similarly, friend, this is just a car. Yogatmananda is not my name. It is the name of this car that the inner being is using, that's all. So, this is the way to get detached. We have to tell yourself that, no, I am not this body. You may fail. We all may fail once, one time, 10 times, 100 times, but let's not give it up. Again and again, let us assert that I am not this body. Would you like to be identified with body? Just think of it. A heap of flesh, blood, urine and whatnot. Imagine, if a heap of all that is kept here, you will take it out. See, you will say, what is this all dirt is kept here? Well, that is what this bag is, This is the skin bag in which all that is kept. Am I that? No, I am not that. So let us assert this. I am not that. And then the freeing process will keep on going, This is what binds it and makes all error, and to know rather consists in opening out a way whence this imprisoned splendor may escape, than in affecting entry for a light supposed to be without. The light, the knowledge does not come from outside. It is from within, it goes out. This is a very important feature that even the modern educationalists have started accepting. It is not from outside in, but it is from inside out. It is the same reality. The knowledge, the source of knowledge is within us. Swami Vivekananda explains it in Jnana Yoga book very clearly, that we say that law of gravitation. Where was this law? Newton saw an apple falling from a tree on the ground, and then he started thinking, why did it fall on the ground? Of course, this is an anecdote, but still, the idea is that externally there were some suggestions. But where was that law? Was it in the apple? No, it was not in the apple, not in the earth. The law was within. Just Newton examined that and brought it out and solved. So, all knowledge is really within. And when we know that, we become free from the clutches of matter, the imprisoned splendor. Do you like to get imprisoned? Anybody here who says, oh, please put me in the prison? Nobody likes to be imprisoned, but we are imprisoned in this very dark, very tiny cell of body. So that is why we have to make concerted attempt to free ourselves from nobody but from the ignorance that we think that this is I and this is, and all that is connected with this body we start calling them mine. That this is I and these are my children. Just, you see, what makes it yours? Nothing. But still we labor under the this ignorance that these are my children. And then keep on, cursing oneself and the children that they don't listen to me, they don't nowadays, they are not, when they were little they were so good. They are still, even after growing up, they are very good, but your expectation is wrong, that's all. It is not yours at all. Let us try to feel this, that this is not I, and this is not really, nothing is mine. Now whatever we call mine, that becomes our bondage. It is not our wealth, it becomes our bondage. My house means my bondage, that's all. So anything we say mine means it is my bondage. So friends, this is a great idea that we have to see. Freeing this imprisoned splendor, this self which is self-luminous, the source of all light, that Lord says in Bhagavad Gita too, that what is it called? That Jyotisham apitat jyoti tamasa paramuchyate, that it is the light of all lights ever beyond any darkness. So it is, let us make this effort. Let us feel that splendor within. Let us identify ourselves with that, not anything that is changing, shifting. And this is not I, because we see that. Like I see this microphone, I see this body. So it is what I see and not I. So we can easily thereby understand, feel and experience that I am everywhere. I am all pervading. You may have many questions about it, how I am all pervading. Also, you will immediately then realize I am beyond time and space. Beyond space means I am everywhere. Beyond time means I am eternal, never born. I am that. So this is the whole idea, whole science, and Sri Ramakrishna has taught how to practice it. That by purification of ourselves, purify yourselves by practicing karma yoga, saying that no, nothing is mine. I and mine is ignorance. And so we have to give up this ignorance, and then we will see this truth. Many, many thanks, friends. Many thanks to Swami Kripamanandaji. Although this is kind of an imposition, I didn't come with an invitation, I came inviting self-invitation. I am coming, Kripamanandaji, to Toronto. So he said, okay, what can be done, In Hindi we say, maan na maan, main tera mehman. So, it is that you guess whether you want or not. But I am so happy that I got an opportunity to meet you all, and may the blessings of the divine, blessings of the Atma be with us so that we will become liberated. Thank you very much, friends.